These days, maple syrup has been benched and put on the breakfast table, and that, my friends, is a gosh darn shame. Maple syrup has so many different applications, and you may not know this, but in our area of Appalachia, it was very common for homesteaders to have at least a couple maple trees in their front yard because that was the only way they had access to sugar. And you could actually substitute maple syrup for sugar in all your recipes at a 1-to-1 ratio. And that's what maple syrup was before it was ever benched to just sit in a cool container and go on top of your pancakes and your waffles. You've seen us use maple syrup in a ton of different ways. One of my favorite condiments ever has become our Chipotle maple mayo. Recipe's in the name on that one, but boy, it might be simple, but it's fantastic on everything. We have used maple syrup to glaze proteins. We have used it in wing sauces. We have used maple syrup in pies and pastries. It can be done in a sweet or a savory way. It can add a little sweetness to an already savory dish and add an element of flavor that maybe you hadn't thought of including before. It's a great substitute for sugar because it is already in a syrup form, so it doesn't have that granular taste on the tongue. I love using maple syrup, not just because of the role it has in our heritage and our recipes, but because it adds such a depth of flavor. The process of making maple syrup involves cooking it down from the sap into the syrup, and that adds so many levels of flavor. I challenge you to use more maple syrup in your cooking, and I want to hear about it in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button.